Welcome back, Screen Fiend fans. And Josh Whedon is out of the Batgirl sweepstakes. Batgirl is one character that is connected to Batman, and Batman is the biggest comic book hero in the world. Yep, I've said it time and time again. Batman is the biggest comic book hero in the world. And Batgirl is attached as Barbara Gordon, the daughter of the Commissioner Gordon. They are not going to screw Batgirl up by giving it to Josh Whedon. Marvel fans, DC fans, we're all talking about this. Thanks, B. I appreciate that. She donated $1. Well, the reason why Batman is so relatable because, one, he's goth, he's a human, and he has no special powers, which everybody can identify with. Well, Batgirl can only be Barbara Gordon, in my opinion. That is the story to go with. Josh Whedon came in and put a story in place, and DC just didn't feel strong enough about it, especially after seeing Black Panther. See, Black Panther showed them that if they come with the story that they were coming with, it was not going to land and not going to be as strong as Wonder Woman. They liked the way Patty Jenkins did it, and Patty Jenkins should have been the one in charge of Batgirl. But they spent all this money bringing Josh Whedon over, thinking he was the guy that was going to fix everything. After his blunder on Justice League and how he ruined it with his interference, now he got DC fans wanting to see the finished product of the other guy that before him that was brought in. People want to see that version, but of course DC is so crazy. They won't even get that out. And the problem is the president of DC, what's his name? James Johns. It's not really DC's fault. You know, DC has a lot of headaches that they got to deal with Warner Brothers. The problem with them is Warner Brothers is a company that likes to be hands-on with everything. No matter what the DC people are doing, they got to be hands-on. Disney understands what Marvel's trying to do, and Disney lets Marvel Studios and their team handle the process. The Disney people come in, they give their input on what can be and what can't be or what shouldn't be and how it should go, and it's a smoother transition with people who don't understand the comic book world. Like, Warner Brother has no connection to it whatsoever. They really don't care nothing about DC films. They only care about the bottom line. They don't care about the history of the comic books or anything else. DC does. They care more about their comics. They're more passionate about it. That's why the transition has always been so rough. Because Warner Brothers get cold feet whenever there's a decision to be made. But let's keep it where it may be and where it's supposed to be, and that's on Josh Whedon. And don't forget, you guys can hit the super chat button, put $1 in, $2, it don't matter, whatever you feel. I appreciate it all. Now, DC is trying to set up their own universe like Marvel where they all connect and link up, but they keep stumbling. Black Panther has made all the money Justice League has made already in 1 week. And they had Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, everybody in the movie And the movie did not do $1 billion, which in their eyes is a complete failure. There's rumors and reports saying that Black Panther could hit $2 billion by the time it's done. $1 billion was the stretch. Now it's looking like it could do $2 billion. Marvel totally undervalued what Black Panther could do because they just didn't know. I mean, they didn't know it was going to have this kind of an impact. They knew it was going to be impactful, and they knew from the pre-sales, like, okay, wow, we're going to do some pretty good numbers. But never did they see this. Now, back to how this relates to Whedon. Wonder Woman was the biggest hit in DC's whole universe with this empowerment of women that's flying around in the universe. So they want to keep that going. Thanks, Cephas. I appreciate it. You know, you and B always come through. At least leave $1, $2, you know, anything on the board. I appreciate that. Wonder Woman wasn't overrated. It was more in line with how Black Panther was done. It's an origin story that was done well. The villain is what sucked. The villain is what sucked in the movie. They didn't really have, when they went and got Ares, the villain, they didn't really have a villain who had an identity that stuck out. He was pretty much unknown until they got to the end, and they had the one guy who we thought was the villain for the entire movie winds up being just a little semi-villain, because I'm like, okay, well, he's gonna get some of these bath salts he's sniffing, and he could be able to contend with Wonder Woman. So it was good, but not epic. The thing is the only thing I didn't like is that music. I hate that. I can't stand that. But as far as the story, the writing, the delivery, the acting, it was great. Is that my man Domo? Domo, what's up? Thanks for the donation. I appreciate it, Domo. So, Josh Whedon just realized he didn't have a story that was in place that DC and Warner Brothers felt that was in need, which means that they hired other writers to come in and do the job that he couldn't do. Let me show you what happened here.
Whedon is saying goodbye to Batgirl. The Hollywood Reporter can exclusively reveal that Whedon, the creator of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, among other pop culture touchstones, is exiting the Warner Brothers and DC Entertainment feature project, which he was writing and slated to direct. Whedon told THR in a statement, "Batgirl is such an exciting project, and Warner/DC such collaborative and supportive partners, that it took me months to realize I really didn't have a story." Referring to DC President Jeff Johns and Warner's Pictures Group President Toby Emmerich, Whedon added, "I'm grateful to Jeff and Toby and everyone who was so welcoming when I arrived, and so understanding when is there a sexier word for failed?" Whedon came on to Batgirl almost a year ago, in March 2017, with the hopes of bringing to the big screen a companion to the female empowerment icon Wonder Woman, this one tied to the most popular character in comics, Batman. Batgirl is Barbara Gordon, the daughter of Gotham City Police Commissioner James Gordon. But sources say that Whedon, after a year of trying, could not crack the code of what a Batgirl movie should be. Wonder Woman, in the meantime, became a cultural phenomenon, as well as one of the biggest hits and most acclaimed movies of 2017. Whedon has a strong relationship with Warner Brothers, having been brought in the company's DC fold to take over last year's Justice League, when director Zack Snyder was sidelined due to a family tragedy. Whedon will face no shortage of suitors, as Netflix, Apple, and others will likely vie for the next creation from the writer-director behind cult TV series such as Firefly and Dollhouse. For more on this story, head to THR.com's comic book movie destination Heat Vision. Until next.
Yep, so there it is. Now you see it in all its splendor. Now, he might be out of the DC universe because the fans don't want to see him. And that is amazing. The guy who made the Avengers. Why this didn't work? You know why? I'm going to give you the reason why this did not work. A reason nobody else is telling you. The reason why is Joss Whedon does not know how to write in this new women empowerment. He cannot write roles for women. He cannot. His problem is control. He wants to write, he wants to direct. Okay, well, you want to write and direct, you got to put something on the screen that's going to be worthy of it, so that they can get behind and champion. They saw his script, probably thought it was ridiculous, and saying, why did we bring this guy in here? Thanks, cowboy. I appreciate that. They needed Patty Jenkins. Oh, you right, B. They are. But speaking of comic book movies, since y'all been so cool, for all my subscribers, one of you will have the option to get these movies for free today. Spider-Man, the new Homecoming. Download this code and you got the movie for free on digital. That's my gift to y'all. What's good, King Team? So, there it is. Whoever downloads it first gets the movie. Of course they're doing a Homecoming. Well, I don't know if it's going to be called Homecoming Part 2. But yes, he is doing another Spider-Man movie. You know why Flashpoint is coming out? It's because they're finally listening to the fans. People are screaming at you what they want, but you keep giving them what you want to give them. Well, the best Spider-Man that ever came out, I would say, would be the one with Doc Ock. That's still one of my favorites. So the Tobey Maguire ones I like. The ones with Raimi, mostly for the fight sequences. The first Spider-Man fight sequence, man, you thought he was gonna die. That was like a just dire fight. Too many villains. And we almost got the Amazing Spider-Man 3. And Garfield screwed it up. Here's the thing. Garfield was he was a better Spider-Man, but wasn't a better Peter Parker. Tobey Maguire was a better Peter Parker, but wasn't a great Spider-Man. I would rank it third. Well, I did a video on it. We did a whole chat on what happened to the Amazing Spider-Man 3. They had a big announcement. The president of Sony, the Japanese man, you know, Japanese people are very serious. They flew Tobey Maguire out for this big convention, this big convention that they have for Sony. And the big announcement was going to be, they're coming out with Spider-Man 3, and Tobey Maguire was going to be on stage. He's in his hotel room. He hadn't shaved. He's not even dressed to go. And he's like, I can't make it. I'm tired. Tell him I'm sorry. I'm sick. I don't feel well. The president of Sony, with all these people waiting for a big announcement, he was upset. And sent his butt back to America. He's been doing more artsy roles, staying out of the big picture of big motion pictures. Because he's been blacklisted by a lot of them. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Love and success will follow you. And here's another gift for you guys. For being loyal followers of me on all my channels and everything, I'm going to give you another movie. I'm giving you 2 movies today for free. Download this code and you got it on digital. And this movie is Logan Lucky, which is a great movie. Whoever downloads it first gets it. So you got 2 movies given away by me for free. On digital. Oh, I'll do it again. Y'all said y'all couldn't see it. Hacksaw Ridge was great. Chris Mullen, you must be out your mind. This was a great heist movie and very funny. So your donations have paid off. Not only have you gotten information, you got 2 free movies out of it that you could take everywhere with you digitally around the world. Yes, they are doing Rush Hour 4. Now, there's only a tricky part, and the only tricky part was Brett Ratner. Because Brett, you know, the Me Too movement has been all down his throat. When people said he was as worse as everybody. Olivia Munn is really upset that she was sexually harassed by Brett Ratner. When she is basically naked in almost everything she does. So, I don't know. Me Too movement. Right, like who comes to see the movie because it's Brett Ratner? Hey man, it's Brett Ratner. Yeah, the dude that used to mess around with Serena Williams. That told me right there I need to leave Serena alone. Right there, Brett Ratner. I know I got a shot. I know that's because of the money. I'll be like, you can keep your money. But I'm like, you would lay up with Brett Ratner? And now she got the Reddit guy. Everybody's like, but he's worth $1 billion. I'm like, okay, now it's about the money. Before you weren't saying that. You ain't hear nobody say nothing about, well, she loves him. Hell, all they saying, he's a billionaire. That's what kills me. Everybody like, go and get your money, girl. She got a billionaire. I'll be like, this is Serena Williams. This ain't your Aunt Florida. She got her own money. She didn't need no billionaire's money. I gotta dip outside for a minute. So if anybody out there in the free world, you see me with this comb. Yeah, you think it's a comb, don't you? Till I pull it out and put it in your throat. I gotta dip out for a minute. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Oh, I keep weapons. Alright, there we go. I got that comb from Japan. They know how to do business. I can if I want to. But that's why I like to use knives. So you can savor the little things. I probably knew your friends better than you've ever known them. Would you like to know which one were cowards? See, the thing about that movie is very keen to me. When the movie was coming out, I had people who loved the original Joker, like my buddy, Tom, and he didn't think they needed to redo the Joker, because he liked Jack Nicholson's Joker. What they doing the Joker over for? They already did that. Jack was great. We didn't need another Joker. Man, this movie this is not gonna be the same. And I said, Tom, you're missing something. This is more of a more gritty type of. It's not gonna be like the ones we saw in that '89 and all that. This is a whole different type of Batman. And I'm like, he liked Batman Begins. So I'm like, you missing the point. This ain't the type of Batman that you thinking you finna get with Christopher Nolan. Nolan is not about flashy and all that stuff with the different colors, purple, red, all that. He wasn't focused on that garbage at all. Neon colors, ugly lights. That's not Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan is mostly a storytelling individual with music and theme. Everything you've seen with Christopher Nolan, sound is very key in his film. Sound is a character. The way he directs it, he identifies with person. Each frame tells a story of the other person's pain, struggle, or what they're going through. The message. There's got to be some degree of message. And The Dark Knight stands out. The Dark Knight stands out for the message that it had. And it was about society. The Joker he didn't really care about today's society, because he felt today's society was so weak, so dependent on everything else. He just wanted to shake it up and show the whole world what they were. And he had fun doing it. He didn't care about the money. He didn't care about being the world's most devastatingest villain and all that stuff. He just wanted to show the world they were a bunch of liars. That everything that they care about is all false. To prove the world wrong. That's what he was trying to tell to... And that was the message he was trying to send over. That's the message he was trying to send over from... when he was telling Two-Face in the hospital. He was like, if a gangbanger gets shot, nobody bats an eye. But if I say an old mayor is going to die at 3 o'clock, everybody loses their minds. Why is that? Because it goes against the order, the natural order of things. They don't see a life for a life. And all he does is interject a little chaos, and it shakes everything up. Well, we have this argument all the time. My buddy T, he loves The Dark Knight, but he loves The Dark Knight Rises even more. Now, for me, it's a harder selection. It's a very, very harder selection to make. Like, I have most of these movies on like Blu-ray and 4K, and I'll go back and watch the whole Batman saga. I just pop it in one day and just start watching it. Even though it'll come on cable, I'll watch that saga more than anything. They have deleted scenes that we have not seen from the Joker. We have deleted scenes from Bane. We have deleted scenes that Christopher Nolan has never released yet. Well, Batman, what I missed? Oh, you missed a lot, F.A. You missed me giving away 2 free movies. You missed us talking about Josh Whedon. I would say you missed a lot. Now, Dark Knight Rises introduced something else to the table. It introduced the fact that this is the first time Batman has faced an enemy in which the enemy is his equal or greater. What they showed was Bane had a level of intelligence. Unlike the other time we saw him in the movie. Because in the comics, Bane was always smart. He wasn't stupid. Like, Bane! You know, listening to Poison Ivy and all that crap. Boom! 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 You know, that terrible movie. It wasn't boring, it's just more story. See, you come to a story that you've seen enough. And a lot of people didn't like Dark Knight Rises because they wanted to see Batman in the suit more. Like, I wanted to see him in the Batman suit more. He was in it enough. And the same thing they say about Dark Knight Rises, it kind of goes along with Black Panther to me. They're more story and more grounded. That the story was great even when they weren't in uniform. When he was in prison and had to get out of the prison, you know, they had to speed things along with his healing process. You know, the thing about his knee all messed up, how he hadn't been Batman basically since that night. And he just disappeared. So, since he's been, like, since the night with the Joker, no one has really seen Batman. And he injured his knee that night, falling off the building. So since he injured his knee, he wasn't basically doing any rehab on it or anything. He wasn't out in the streets. And once they saw Batman as a criminal, you know, that was basically it. He wasn't out there no more. So you didn't see him again to, you know, Dark Knight Rises. And then they had like a device that Fox got, they put around his knee and gave him support and made his legs stronger. And Douglas, he was great. His part in there was excellent. Every part he was in. How does Miranda Grant gets the lead to the thing with Wayne? How did the board get to her? Was she been sleeping with him? I want to know, how did she get the lead? And then people get so caught up into the facts of everything. They were like, a trade that happened in an illegal bank heist actually stood up. Where the guy loses millions and loses the company. That would never happen. Of course, that is absolutely correct. No billionaire would have lost a fund when there was a bank heist in place, and then all of this stuff was put on the stock market and just gone. And then the trade would stand up. Even though they were appealing it, he was broke at the moment. They needed to have this. Bruce Wayne was broken down. He had nothing left no more, and all of these different things. Take everything from Bruce Wayne. They needed to do this for the story, the development of stripping him down from the rich. But it didn't matter to Bruce because money was never a big concern for him. It was all part of his mask. You fight like young man. With nothing held back. Admirable, but mistaken. Theatrics and deceptions. Great tools for the uninebriated. But we are both inebriated, aren't we, Bruce? Into the League of Shadows. I shall fulfill Ra's al Ghul's death. See, for the first time, Batman had somebody that was his equal or greater that he had to face, which made it the Joker really beat Batman. The Joker can't beat Batman in a physical fight. I mean, Ra's al Ghul in the first Batman. I mean, they needed a villain that could stand toe to toe with Batman. And Bane was it. Bane brought the pain. And I like the fact they had no music. It was just the water. They was in the sewer. And all you could hear was Bane whooping. Impossible. I broke you. How did he get back to Gotham? Bruce has a lot of resources. Never count out a billionaire. Oh yeah, a lot of people loved him. Right? Like, look, I'll give you a chance to get these people out of here if you want to, but it's going down. I don't care if they're here or not. It's going down. Raja Ghul could care less. You know, I can care less. Let me just get these people out of here. All right, do what you must. Because you know, it's going down tonight up in here. I don't care who's in here to see it go down. It's going down up in this place. But yeah, go ahead, make sure you check the timeline of my videos on my Casino for Life page, because they, once again, have not sending out all the notifications. There's some great videos on there. You don't want to miss any of them, so I would advise you do that. And don't trust them to send it to you. Oh, I am. I know exactly where I'm at. I'm in the woods of the super rich. I mean the super rich.